Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nerdgasm Podcast, the podcast where we talk about things that are nerdy and things that are naughty. I am the parsley, known as Merlin Sensme. Merlin Smensme. Merlin Smensme. That's me, Merlin Smensme. I am the parsley, known as Merlin Sensei. With me is the rose, known as Switch Riggs. The sage, known as the 12-sided guy, and the time, known as the Moopacabra, and that will make us Simon and Garfunkel Nerdgasm.
Good job.
Yeah, she once was a good friend of mine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let everybody else take over the podcast because my English skills are gone.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
That's new merch right there. Is like Gumpy and Schmerlin.
That's right.
Merlin sent me.
Me and Merlin Schmensme, barbarian, use great club.
That's like the thing about that when the DM is officiating your wedding and you roll for vows and you roll in that one. I just me. I eat the ring. I eat the ring and punch the bride in the face.
Oh no.
Good God. So I have Dressblacks and Titmouse hooked on Supernatural. Actually, I have my Supernatural shirt on tonight. And I have them hooked on Supernatural. They're out in the other room. I think we're in season 4 now. And it's so funny because their younger kiddo will come in and watch it with us on occasion, and she asks questions, right? And so I'm like, ooh. And so we've just kind of gone with like the mantra of like, everything happens at least once. If you can think of it, it happens. She's like, does so-and-so die? And I'm like, that's such a difficult question. Because probably.
Like 3 times.
Probably, right? Like, depending on which character, at least twice, right?
Have you discussed with them the hula hoop filled with salt idea yet? Come on, Sammy.
I haven't. Just or like I don't understand why. Well, and they finally did actually in one episode. They used the thing where they had like the voice note with the exorcism, the exorcism. Yeah,
while they were in the sheriff's office or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant.
Yeah. It's like, okay, that worked great. Why don't we have that prepared for everything? Right. Or cold steel brass knuckles. Pow!
Or iron, yeah, whatever for. But
cold iron, yeah.
It's been really funny just because I forgot too, because after 15 seasons, you forget how characters got introduced versus where they ended up at. So like I'm watching, and Castiel's kind of a dick in the beginning. Like he's a great big dick, and so
he doesn't know any better. He's
right. He obeys because he's an angel. So of course he obeys.
I'm here to do God's work. Why aren't you doing God's work? It's like there are reasons and emotions like that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So many neurodivergent fans identified with that character at first.
Mm-hmm. Like it's just really it's neat to watch them kind of come through this journey. But it's still, and I know I've said this before, but still, like I keep seeing stuff where it's Kansas.
Is it?
Kansas.
I always get Kansas, Journey, and Chicago mixed up.
Journey is Don't Stop Believing.
Gotcha. They're also Wheel in the Sky, I think.
But you watch these episodes and you're like watching this part where like they'll say or do something and you're like, oh God, I know how this ends. I know where it's going and it hurts me. Yeah. It hurts me in my soul.
I just hate... Go ahead, 12.
You may have converted me into watching it again. I've never been able to get into the show, but
it's adorable.
I don't know the way this conversation. That said, one of the games I have wanted to get you guys in on, one of its touch points, Supernatural.
Yeah, there's a Supernatural RP. I think Moo actually has the book because
the book and it's signed by the guy that did the book.
Oh, that's cool.
I won it in an auction.
Yeah, Lobo let you win that auction.
Well, let me move my butt out of the way. It's here somewhere. My life is a mess. Everything's a shambles.
What I was going to say is the thing that pisses me off the most is Sam and Dean in a matter of speaking, keep doing the same bullshit to each other every single season when the previous season they're like, never again. From now on, open and honest communication.
Well,
And it's
but
just like,
that's the point, right? They're each other's weak spots. That's the problem, and that's what comes back over and over and over and over. They're each other's Achilles
Sammy,
heel.
if I die, I want you to get on with your life and live a good life. Spoiler warning for anybody that hasn't watched past season 2. Dean dies at one point in time. Sammy goes on
They all
with
die.
his life.
They all die at one point.
Dean comes back and he's like, I can't believe you went on with your life.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
fucking told me to.
I see. To me, it's always sounded like Twilight meets Marvel. Like everybody dies like twice.
That's a gross
There's-
oversimplification.
There's Man Wolf by Night.
I mean, some people die, some people get trapped in limbo, some people become unalive, and yes, there's a difference.
Some
Yeah, no, that all checks to
some
Marvel.
of them end up in the void. Some of them end up as angels and demons and whatnot. Some of them do a lot of this stuff all at the same
Possessed,
time.
doppelgangers,
hmm
changelings. You know,
I mean, if you think about, it's like The Simpsons did it, but like if you've ever been on
Supernatural did it.
if you've ever been on Tumblr or Reddit or all of them, we have a GIF for that. There's a GIF for everything. If it's supernatural, there's a supernatural GIF for everything, and it's fantastic.
They usually involve pie, which I'm okay with.
A lot of times, yeah. A lot of times, but yeah. So that's what's been going on. And because of this, we haven't watched Moon Knight yet, unfortunately, because there's been
12 had an actual, like, radically brilliant idea for no reason. And this isn't going to make sense to anybody that doesn't know anything about Moon Knight. So the TLDR, and this is like super baseline stuff, Moon Knight suffers from multiple personality disorder.
Do we still call it multiple personality disorder?
I don't know if we do or not.
No.
Dissociative personality disorder?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same difference. Okay. Moving on.
But 12 was like, you should skip episode 1 and then just go into episode 2 and then just kind of like watch the episodes out of order. And I'm like, that's stupid. I'm down.
Yeah, we don't watch episode 2 because we've already seen episode 1. You two haven't seen episode 1, so you just watch episode 2.
Moon Knight, as you know, his alter ego that he just so happens to be for that day, like has no idea what the others are doing.
I've watched both,
and then we try to piece together what the other episode was about.
Yeah,
through each other.
I'll confirm or deny it all because I've watched it.
Yeah.
But hopefully this weekend I'll be able to spend time with Mo Guns, and then I'll be able to get caught up on episode 1 and 2, because I think I said it last week, Mo Guns' favorite Marvel character is Moon Knight.
I was out of town last week, and so I did not get to watch the first one, and so we had a whole host of things to catch up on when we got back. So like, we were 2 behind on Picard we've been watching. I'm way behind on Discovery, and I know Merlin shits all over those, but still I'm still working my way through those. I really enjoy Discovery. It's the first Star Trek like episodic show that I really enjoyed. I've tried to get into Next Generation. I just don't super love it. I wish I did.
Can't super love Next Gen. Like, you've gotten past season 1, right? Like, you've like head down, be like, look, just get past season 1, lay the foundation, and then everything becomes so much better.
Come with me past season 1 because Dressbox and Titmouse love it.
Come with me, Moo, to Deep Space Nine and Voyager, and you'll be just fine.
Speaking of Deep Space Nine, I was talking to Mom because she's been watching that. And she was like, you didn't tell me about the Tribble episode. I was like, Trials and Tribulations. Yes.
Very good episode.
Those are the ones you're not supposed to touch, right? If you touch them, they multiply?
No. If you feed them.
I mean, they just multiply in general.
If you feed them just a little bit, they'll have like 10 more.
Hey, you're thinking of a Harry Potter curse.
Yeah.
What?
You touch it and it multiplies.
No, that's in the one room when they're trying to find the diadem of Ravenclaw. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember.
No, tribbles
It's
just breed.
It's
like, a
all
lot.
just Magwise, okay?
They have a breeding kink.
Don't get them wet.
They don't have a breeding kink.
Yes, they
Don't
do.
expose
You
them.
feed them once,
Unlike-
and they're just boom. They can be male or female whenever
But
they want to be with tribbles.
I don't think that's a kink. I think that's just
Their natural
think
way.
yes.
Maybe there's one that's all
that
striped and
not a
like looks
kink?
like it's found.
Did anybody else watch the Tremors movies?
No.
Yes.
I did not
With
find the
Kevin
first one
Bacon?
interesting.
Yes.
Oh my
love
god,
those.
I loved it. But the second Tremors movie, that's how they reproduce. They as soon as they get enough to eat, they just kind of like and cough up the next one.
Mm.
Oh.
No, I don't find the Tremor movies that interesting. I don't find monster movies that interesting personally. So
I loved Tremors when I was a little kid, and I just kind of grew. I like Kevin Bacon though. I really enjoy him in that movie. I enjoy, for whatever reason, again.
Was he sizzling?
Was he?
Footloose in my head.
Reba
forever.
McEntire is in that movie, and Burt Gummer, and for whatever reason, all of the time, I just think if there's a scene where they're on the roof and they're trying to shoot through the ground at this thing, and she just looks and goes, "You didn't get penetration even with the elephant gun," and I have no idea why that lives in my head rent free. That one particular line, all the time.
Penetration.
Because it's clearly a euphemism.
Oh yeah, obviously.
But,
I
yeah.
think the reason why I avoided the Tremors movies is because I have slight video game PTSD from Zombies Ate My Neighbors, level 21, I want to say, Invasion of the Snakeoids, where you
Very
have
specific.
to defeat the Snakeoids, and each time you defeat a Snakeoid, they drop a skeleton key. And the only way to get through the level and save the neighbors is to get the skeleton keys. Suffice to say, fighting the Snakeoids is hard, because you only do X amount of damage, and if they pop out of the ground and lick you, they gain back 4 health. So it's a constant battle of attrition.
What year was this game made? Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yes.
1990?
93.
Genesis. I actually ordered the super duper awesome limited edition that hopefully is coming out this year that has all kinds
And
of
Tremors was 1990, so I feel like they're called graboids in the movie. And so Snakeoids and that game came out 3 years later.
I mean, that's
Are
the
you
thing.
kidding me?
Zombies Ate My Neighbors is a love letter to all of those fantastic
Oh, okay.
movies. Yeah.
Unlocked a core memory. I remember having a graboid toy.
No way. Did they make
God.
those?
Well, something but it was called a graboid, and I love that thing.
Ridiculous.
And it
Absolutely
looked
ridiculous.
It was the 90s. They made a
It was
toy
the
for
90s.
everything.
They did. They made a toy for everything.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, it's so weird. Terminator 2 action figures. It's like, why? Last Action Hero action figures. What?
I mean, somebody will buy it. If they make the toy, somebody collects that shit.
True.
Well, so on that subject, personas. Well, because
what?
if we're gonna develop our own personas, we're gonna get toys.
You need a flashlight and 50 feet of rope to follow the logic that you just employed for that. I don't actually. You know what? No, fine. You know what? I want to talk about personas. I want to talk about furries because I don't understand. I know next.
You know what?
All of it.
No. This kind of makes sense to an extent because I was thinking about this the other day. And if I were to guess, and if I were to poll a group of furries, and be like, do you identify as male or female or agender or whatever, I don't mean that as a derogatory whatever. I just mean that as the all-encompassing.
Non-binary?
Non-binary.
I believe is what you're looking for.
I would guess that the majority would probably be male, or at the very least were, quote, born male, if you understand my meaning. And that is because during the late 80s and 90s into the 2000s, oh my god, there were some hot female furry characters.
Still are. I consider some of them still
Lola
are.
Bunny, I'm sure converted a lot of people.
Um,
Robin,
I'll
I'll
say
bet for one.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like women didn't have as many, in my opinion, of those hot hunky characters. I mean, you got to see like Darkwing Duck or Baloo from Tailspin, or maybe
Yeah.
Don Carnage. I could give a woman some a little bit of props for picking Don
Rovers.
Carnage.
Maid
But it's
Marian.
just like
That's what I
we
was
had
thinking of.
Minerva Mink, we had
Maid
Maid
Marian with
Marian
the big
from
fuck me eyes.
the
Yeah.
oh
Mm.
my goodness.
The Love Goes On and On song where she just does the
Gadget
slow
Hat
blink.
French we've been over, and it's just like it doesn't
God!
even make sense.
When we were at the hotel last week, we were watching Robot Chicken, and there was a whole sketch with the Rescue Rangers. I had never seen it before, where she comes out with no pants on, and they're like, and the one goes, "I'll be in the bathroom," and just runs off. And they're like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Well, none of the rest of you wear pants. Why do I have to do?" And they all just, "I'll be in my bedroom with the door locked," and the other one runs off, and Monterey Jack freaks out and goes the other direction, and then they zoom in on what's the fly's name? Zipper, who's just like humping the side of her. I was like, oh my God, we've talked about this. It already exists. Like,
Yeah.
There are so many people I've met over the years who don't, well, I'm sure most of them don't identify as furries. Some of them might now. Who Gadget Hat, because I used to be able to do like a Monterey Jack impression, and that would come up, and I'm just like, you don't just tell a stranger that.
I don't get it, I guess.
Some people don't even tell their best friends that.
Well, but some of it, here's the thing. Not all of it is sexual, though.
Sexual fetish or kink, and sometimes
but not all of it is sexual.
And sometimes not all of it is.
Dress Black's older child, they do commissioned artwork, and they have done drawings of people's personas. And a lot of them, they'll tell you like these aren't sexual. It's just it's their. I don't want to use the term spirit animal because I feel like that is insensitive to Native people. But it's something that they identify with. It's their I have a friend that has phrases it as like, "What's your Patronus?" kind of thing. They take the Harry Potter, like, this is your Patronus. This is what you. I always say, have you seen that meme of like the mama possum with like 17 baby possums on its back that just looks fucking haggard and exhausted? That's it. That's I'm that possum.
Except it's a cow.
No, it's that very tired possum with 900 babies just hanging on. Like, I wish it was a cow, but I'm probably that permanently exhausted possum.
My headcanon is that your possum uses your babies as like projectiles.
Never throw my babies.
Baby Dukin.
That's what quokkas do. The little Australian, have you ever seen a quokka?
Mm-mm.
They're like
but I love this word.
Quokkas are like the happiest animal on the planet, and they are quite literally like just the cutest animal. But they will throw their baby like to. Hang on, let me. Where's my share my screen?
No, don't do that.
Oh, don't do it! Shit, I already did it.
Go back. Go back.
Undo it. Stop streaming. They're just
Moo broke
they're the happiest.
Again.
I broke the stream. They're just literally the happiest critter on the planet. They look so excited. They're only in Australia. It's like the only thing in Australia that doesn't want to kill you.
The first picture of this quokka that shows up, he's happy.
Like, he's so excited to see you. Short-tailed scrub wallaby, same thing. But yeah, they're about the size of a cat. Like, they're very kind, but apparently,
it almost reminds me of a capybara for some reason.
They will kind of, but they will. When a female quokka with a joey in her pouch is pursued by a predator, she may drop her baby onto the ground. The joey produces noises which may serve to attract the predator's attention, while the mother escapes. So she's super happy, but super homicidal.
I saw a zombie movie like that. I think it was called Feast or something like that. But there's this one character, and throughout the whole movie, there's a baby. and it's just like, oh, the baby doesn't know any better. He's just crying or whatever. And this guy's got the baby and he's trying to save it. And then all of a sudden, like, the zombies are catching up and he looks at the baby and he's like, sorry. And just tosses. Yeah.
So
Is that the one?
it's not Feast, but this is such a good movie.
Is it Feast 2?
I'm not
I
sure.
recognize that cover.
I genuinely, my friend bought me this as a joke because we rented it one time because I love bad horror movies.
I think it ends up being like a trilogy or something.
That one unabashedly makes fun of horror movie tropes in a way that just makes me so happy. It starts the movie and it's like the hero, the this, the that, and then it's just like
yeah, it's a trilogy.
I don't know.
So
I don't
On
know.
the subject.
Go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
So
12.
I was trying to say
Sharkula
something
is coming
too.
out.
Shark what? Sharkilla?
Sharkula. Shark
Sharkilla?
Dracula. Sharkula
Shark Dracula.
I thought
is coming out.
the not Triceratops, but the Raptor Priest or whatever it was.
Velocipaster.
Velocipaster.
That was fun.
That was a fun
so
one.
good. We still got to watch Llamageddon.
Yeah.
Llamageddon. Thanksgiving is very good.
I've never actually seen Velocipaster.
Oh,
You should.
Let me tell you, Velocipaster is a gem. But
Watch party?
we did it sober.
We already did.
We did. We had a watch party. We had a watch party in person, actually. We all went to Merlin's house and we watched it. And I got harassed by the dog the entire time. But it was a good movie. It was a solid movie. It's really bad, don't get me wrong. It's fucking god awful, but like
it's definitely like Z tier fucking
yeah.
It's trash in the end, but it's so bad it's good.
Yeah. I mean, you really have to. I do know some people that like they can't handle that, right? Like if it's a bad movie, it's just a bad movie and they don't want to watch it. But like my favorite thing about Velocipaster is that the actors clearly believe in what they're saying, right? Like they think they're doing a great fucking job. They are giving 110%, and it's just dog shit.
Right, so
it's
if
just
you're going to be in a movie like that, you have to give it 110% and sell it over the top.
It's great. It's amazing. But that's kind of how Feast is, right? Like they had God, what's his name? Eric Dane. He plays McSteamy on Grey's Anatomy. And for no discernible reason, he's in this movie. I think Henry Rollins is in it. Jason Mewes is in it. Like, there are big names in this movie, and you're looking at it going, how the fuck did they get these people for this movie?
That's the thing. I think that there are so many actors out there that do those AAA blockbuster, get paid millions of dollars that every once in a while they're just like, can I just fuck around for a while?
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger does commercials in Japan because
so does John Cena. No, John Cena does it for North Korea, I think.
Yeah.
I would absolutely be that actor that does cameos just like everywhere else for free. Like,
but you have to be like your known character, you know what I mean? Which is why a lot of people want Deadpool to make cameos in like every Marvel movie, but wearing the Stan Lee like mustache or whatever, because Stan Lee can't do the cameos anymore.
That would
I'd be
neat.
okay with that.
I enjoy.
That's the only acceptable way they could get away with it.
That's like who is it? Is it Matt Damon that was in Deadpool?
Matt Damon.
That was in the first Deadpool for like 2 minutes. He was the invisible guy. It was some big name actor. I can't remember now, but
I thought it was Hugh Jackman with the Wolverine scene.
No, I can't remember what I'm talking about now.
That's in the first one where they're like, "We need a team," and they meet him, and he's like, "No," and they're like, "Okay," and they leaves, or they leave.
I've seen the one where Magneto and Charles Xavier walk in, and they're like, "We're trying to get." He just goes, "Go fuck yourselves," and that's all he says to them. But
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm thinking first class. I'm sorry. I'm mixing up good movies together.
I saw a thing. Apparently, I can't believe we still don't know who the new Wolverine is going to be. There's been so much speculation for so long about who's going to take over that role, and the last thing I saw was Daniel Radcliffe, which I actually wouldn't be opposed to. he's not a bad actor. Like everybody
Oh.
got stuck on Harry Potter, but he's actually got really good comedic timing. He's got very good.
Guns akimbo.
And he was really good in that movie. He was good in Horns. He was good in. He's
Horns
in that
was
Miracle
excellent.
Worker show. You know what? I was watching Horns with my older Squeaks when Squeaks was probably 9 months old, between 9 months and a year, and she was asleep, and of course she woke up just in time to see someone's head like full on get blown off, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing?
She's 9 months old. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
She was, it was. I was
At
like, fuck
7
it.
months, they become completely desensitized to violence here in America.
I mean, really, we're not.
What's the movie where he plays a corpse? I can't think of the name of it. Like it's
Oh
a
man,
brand new
Swiss
movie.
Army Man. It's
Okay.
Swiss Army Man. It's him and Paul Dano, and that one's really good too. Actually, it's really enjoyable.
I haven't got to
just
see that yet.
absurd. It's been out for a while now. I watched it, and it's definitely like you have. I liked Paul Dano in I don't know if it's Dano or Dano, but he was in Little Miss Sunshine, and I really enjoyed him in that. And so you spend this whole movie not really sure if he's really there or not. Like,
Don't spoil it, please. I want to see it.
Yeah, I won't. I'm still not sure what the fuck happened in that movie, but I laughed a lot.
Fair enough.
No. So I have some stuff in gaming news.
I was about to say gaming news.
Ooh.
No new games really coming out that I was deem to be on the list for this week, but for the month of April, Xbox's Game Pass is coming out with some really nice stuff.
Oh yeah, it's like the 20th anniversary of Xbox or something, so they're kind of going deep.
They are going deep. For starters, for me right now, MLB The Show 2002, a normally PlayStation exclusive MLB game, is out. And if you really, really want to watch it, you can watch Steven Riggs play through his season on my channel on Twitch. They actually say his name and everything too. I was like, yes, they had the name Riggs for the last name. Double G. And whatever news, Cricket 2022 came out. Whatever on that. We're not
like cricket,
cricket, like cricket ball.
Cricket. You gotta know what a crumpet is before you can understand cricket.
That's gonna be in my head the rest of
Which
the day.
actually
now.
reminds me of something that I wanted to do
Casey
on a personal trek of mine, so to speak, because as everybody knows, I'm a giant child and I like to collect the toys from, my childhood and stuff. I have been collecting the reissues of some of the classic real Ghostbusters toys, and I'm only missing Fearsome Flush and the Big Eye Ghost at this point in time. But there have also been reissues of the 1989 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. And they've actually gone down in price recently at Walmart. They've gone down from $24.99 to like $12.49, so 50% off. And as soon as I can get a little bit of extra cash in my pocket, I'm going.
See, I'm not a collector. I saw that and was like, those turtles though.
Them turtles though.
Those turtles though.
Also coming out on April 7th for everybody, which will be already out by the time this is
By the
out,
time
right?
you hear this. Wobbly timey wimey.
That is tomorrow for us, but it will be in the past for all of you. Dragon Age 2, which is an amazing American RPG or an ARPG. Definitely recommend playing Dragon Age 2. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. That's that one's a throwaway, I feel. That version
Depends.
of the game.
If you like Plants vs. Zombies, maybe, but I never really got into that one.
Game that definitely needs a player base again. Star Wars Squadrons is coming. So if you like to fly in your X-Wing or TIE Fighter and blow each other up, go for it. It definitely is dropped off in popularity.
I am time out for half a second. I'm going to go ahead and jump in here, and I apologize. Only because since we're on gaming news and we were talking about TMNT, have we talked about the Cowabunga collection here on podcast?
Not yet, but I think 12 was going to say something in regards to Star Wars Squadrons, so maybe let him make that point, and then
No.
you can
That's
cowabunga.
Yeah, I
that's
know, but I'm just
more
saying.
related to video game news. So go ahead. On Star Wars.
Go, Merlin, go.
No, that's just it. Like TMNT, the Cowabunga collection, is coming later this year in December. It
What is
brings
that?
together 13 different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games all in one place, including the original arcade edition of
Ooh.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, plus the NES port of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because it was slightly different, as well as Turtles in Time, both the arcade version and the console port, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Fighters for SNES as well as Genesis, the Manhattan Project,
Oh,
Teenage
you
Mutant
did
Ninja
call
Turtles
it
3.
SNES. I just had this conversation with Floof the other day.
I know, we had this
SNES. Who the
conversation on
fuck
podcast.
says SNES? Ugh.
I'll say it both ways for you. It's okay.
But yeah,
Thank you. I
late
like it both
December,
ways.
TMNT, the Cowabunga collection for all consoles and I believe PC.
That's exciting. I did not know that.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think
Wait,
it's only gonna be like
is there
$35.
crossplay?
Should
Don't
be.
know yet.
Ooh.
Hopefully.
Going back to what Switch said, I am laughably bad at Star Wars Squadrons. We were
Hard.
playing the old like Star Wars Battlefront 2 while we were on vacation this past summer, and I remember being okay at that game. Like I remember having a lot of fun playing it when I was in grad school, and we were playing it, and I was like, "What the fuck? When did you get this awful at this game? Just get in the plane, boom. Get in the plane, boom."
Well, were you playing the new version of it? That's the number 2, because there's
Where
a
I
new
was
version.
playing, they had like it was on Xbox Game Pass. Like you could go back. It was the old one.
Okay.
Were you the space equivalent of the little old lady who can barely see over the steering wheel?
You joke, but Moose Switch and I know somebody that was the tragic survivor of being run over by a little old lady that couldn't see over her dashboard.
Mm-hmm. I know you're
He's a
talking
good
about.
guy
This is
too.
true.
I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Same. He's doing well from what I understand. One second.
Are we talking about? Was he in
Colors.
my grade?
No. My grade.
His name had a color in it, correct? Last name?
No.
I must be thinking of somebody else.
No, I know that's who I thought you were thinking of, Switch, but I wasn't sure who Merlin is. I'm sure he'll message me because I thought of two people that were. We had just a rough man. This was a rough couple years for the people at our school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so back to Star Wars.
I have no idea who that is, Merlin.
Really?
Back to Star Wars for a little bit. We'll talk about that later off of the cast.
He was part of my crew, so
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't know who he was.
This is 12 spoiler warning. Ahsoka.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. So Ahsoka's a character from Star Wars. She started in she has a show coming up.
Yeah.
A leaked
How's that a
photo from the set.
Oh,
Well, they're bringing back, from the looks of it, Darth Maul with a new look.
Makes sense.
Yeah, timing is perfect for that. For where they'd be.
There's a lot of stuff kind of going on with a lot of properties. For those of you that have been longtime listeners, I play a tabletop war game called Star Wars Legion. Well, a faction that's going to be coming out soon is called the Shadow Syndicate. Guess who's in charge of the Shadow Syndicate? Darth Maul.
that is the
Well, so
era of
there's-
Star Wars I know nothing about.
Yeah, they don't. It's not very mainline.
Please give me Daddy Wan Kenobi. That is what I want.
That's on its way.
Thank
No
you.
worries. That is on its way. Continuing on in the list, because we'll get there, get to the end of it eventually, and we'll go to the next thing. Chinatown Detective Agency is a very retro-esque point-and-click adventure. If you liked those types of games, very 90s feel of the game. Don't have too much past that on that one, but the one I am most excited for that's coming out on the 12th is Life is Strange True Colors, the continuation of the original Life is Strange. Oh, stop your rolling out your eyes over there. You don't like female protagonists?
That has nothing to do with
Rich
it.
story and
That has
then
nothing to
what?
do with it. I personally don't understand how somebody's superpower is knowing how someone feels.
Ew!
Okay. Yeah, they have the power of empathy.
Listen, as an autistic, oh my god, I would love that.
Yeah, it's the
Some of us
power
are
of
a little more
empathy.
empathetic than others. Fuck you right in the pooper.
I'm very empathetic, but I just don't understand how that's a superpower.
That would make
Being
my
able
Deanna
to-
Troy?
Be able to read
Yeah.
someone and like
No,
immediately.
that's mind reading.
Deanna Troy is an empath, isn't she?
She has the ability of empathy. Yes. Because she's not a
Fucking,
full
what's his
Betazoid.
name? Book from Discovery. Empath. Fucking superpowers. This is not difficult. Ah!
No,
But I
I'm
think
with you on
Moo,
this one.
I think you'd like the game, Moo, if you wanted to play a story about someone that had the power of empathy, psychic power. And we also have Panzo Corp 2 shoot 'em up. And where was the rest? The other ones. Oh, the Dungeon of Nahalbuluk, a tactics
Go try
fighter.
that again?
No, I don't want to try it again. It is spelled for you Naheulbeuk.
Yep.
Obstabluk.
Yeah. Turn-based strategy, if you like those games where you have to tactically move your characters. And the last one is Lost in Random, which is a game that I'm surprised is already on Game Pass. It's the game where you are playing as the girl Odd, and she has to roll a die character to be able to use her powers. Yeah.
That game actually looks badass.
That one's coming on the 14th. So
Cool.
it's actually a really good lineup for this April. So feeling good about that one.
Very, very cool. To add to the video game news, Pokemon Unite this week, tomorrow for us, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, earlier in the week for those of you listening, the new melee all-rounder character Azumarill will be joining the fight. For those of you that don't know, Azumarill is the evolved form of Marill, which originally was mistakenly called Peekaboo when it was first spoiled in the Americas, because it looked a lot like Pikachu but blue.
Oh, he's bigger and rounder than Pikachu. Marill was adorable in the first movie, though, because I think that was the first time we saw it.
Could be.
It is like the short in the beginning.
Yeah.
I
Pikachu's
feel
Vacation.
so old. All these new I'm just like Pokemans.
No, Marill is not that new. Marill was
was
in
Gen
like
2.
this. Yeah, she was, because Marill and Snubble first showed up in that Pikachu's Vacation short.
Schnabel. Schnabel.
Gets so much across with one word.
Does.
Snubble.
I reckon we can go ahead and hop into the Geeky Wiki then.
Geeky Wiki!
I have a real quick bit of video game news.
What you got for me?
Unreal Engine 5 has been made available for everybody to download. It's fantastic.
Yeah, boy, drink that water. Woo! Hydrate. Self-care. Woohoo! Sorry.
Chug!
Hail Hydrate.
I am not drinking a gallon. Thank you.
I didn't mean drink at all. I was applauding you for drinking anything. Way to go. Good job. Oh, boobies!
Boobas. Hell yeah.
It looks fantastic, though. And
I know. I saw.
But can
you should have
tell
asked
how
one
much
of my
water
boobies
is
ones.
in it?
No, I can't tell how much water I have in it. Okay. I didn't tell this story on the podcast, did I? So listen. Mine has the thing on it that tells you, but it's opaque, so you can't actually see through it. And so when I fucking realized that I did this, like I was literally standing. There's a picture of me standing on a chair in the desk, looking through the holes in the top of the door to see when like the mailman was coming.
It's true.
And I'm Googling the Amazon list that says, can I see the water line? No. It's a unique bottle designed specifically to spirit incentive people to drink more water. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean spirit incentive to drink more water?
And of
And
course, as soon as Moo heard spirit incentive, she's like, let's go ahead and put on a
that shit on
demon
there,
trap sticker on here.
and that's what Dressbacks was like. I guess you'll just have to learn how to shake it and listen, or like commune with the spirits. And I was like,
Yeah.
I guess every sip's a seance, baby. Here we go.
So on that subject, I've been going around the TikTok circles, as it were, connecting with other motivational speakers, that sort of thing. That phrase and others like it, I'm just like, it means nothing, and yet it absolutely works, and I hate that it works.
Every sip's a seance.
No, spirit incentive.
Oh, yeah, spirit incentive to drink
You
more water.
gotta grab the low-hanging fruit, open the kimono, get your spiritual
Yeah. But I had the first one I put on there was hey ass butt. So it's been a good day. That's seawall hydrate. Hydrate break. Woo!
one of Castiel's best cutting remarks.
Hey, ass butt. Did you just Molotov me with holy fire?
All right.
Geeky Weeky, I apologize. Choo-choo, derailed that shit.
Geeky Weeky, Sunday, April 10th. Your sneaky peeky last week for this Geeky Weeky was that it's National Cinnamon Croissant Day. And I believe
Oh my God.
we talked about how the fact that it's only a croissant if you use laminated dough.
Full disclosure, guys. My podcast video was edited out last week. I believe in open and honest communication. I had 2 drinks last week. 2. That's it. I had 2 drinks, and I'm a lightweight. And the second drink kicked in partway through that podcast.
Fact that both drinks were over 100 ounces each is irrelevant.
They were not 100 ounces. No. No, they were not 100 ounces. It was a higher proof, but it was not 100 ounces. Let's be clear here. I do not mislabel me as having drunk some ridiculous amount of alcohol, because I did not. But I had not eaten very much that day, and that was my fault. It caught up with me very quickly. I had to listen back through the podcast because I could not remember the second half of things. I'm not super proud of that, and I'm being open and honest about that. I'm not super proud about that, but I came to the part of the podcast where I go on a full-on rampage about laminated dough, and I gotta say I was a little bit proud of drunk me for still knowing the difference between laminated and unlaminated dough. I was very passionate about that. So I just, little pat on the back for me knowing about the laminated dough.
Adorable.
Yeah. But I apologize to you guys because that was a mess. It was disgusting.
April 10th is also Ram Navami, which is an important Hindu festival celebrated every year on the 9th day of Chaitra, which is the first month in the Hindu lunar calendar. And they celebrate it to honor the birth of Lord Rama. It's also Palm Sunday, National Siblings Day, National Hug Your Dog Day, National Farm Animals Day, National Encourage a Young Writer Day. You know what? Let me go ahead and move this in front of everybody else's face real quick. So that way
Blinded by the light.
So we can't distract you?
Adjust things a little bit. National Cinnamon Croissant Day, as I've mentioned. Animal Care and Control Appreciation Week, Holy Week, National Dog Bite Prevention Week, National Public Safety Telecommunications Week begins. Monday, April 11th, Education and Sharing Day, National Barbershop Quartet Day, National Cheese Fondue Day, National 8-Track Tape Day, National Marketing Operations Appreciation Day, National Pet Day, National Submarine Day, and National Work Zone Awareness Week. Tuesday, April 12th, Yuri's Night. Now, for all of you weebs like myself out there, I am not talking about that kind of Yuri. I am talking about do they have their full name? Observed April 12th. Yuri's Night is also popularly known as the World Space Party, and it commemorates the first man to launch into space, as well as humankind's extraordinary achievements in space exploration. For some reason, they don't give their full name, but it is for the astronaut Yuri, basically. They have it down here. Started. Come on, you're gonna make me look like an idiot more than usual here, stream.
Merlin sent me.
Yuri Gagarin.
Good job, Merlin.
It's also National Licorice Day, and of course, that means black licorice, because if it's not black licorice, it's technically not licorice. But I hate black licorice, so Licorice Day can eat my asshole.
That's one of those
Your
facts that
asshole
I
probably
hate.
tastes better than black licorice.
There you go.
That's one of those facts I hate that I know is that if it's not black licorice, it's not technically licorice. Don't know why I know that, and for some reason, I hate that I know that.
Yeah. National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day. Delicious. National Big Wind Day, and I'm not talking about ripping a fat fucking fart. I'm talking about the day commemorating the recording of the highest natural wind gust measured on the Earth's surface. It was on the afternoon of April 12, 1934, and winds were blowing at 231 miles per hour by Mount Washington Observatory, which is in the northeastern United States.
I believe
This
it was
is
in
where
Pennsylvania, actually.
This is where if we have captioning for the video or whatever, we just we insert silent but deadly.
It does not give me the state for whatever reason.
YouTube will do what it can. It's funny to listen and watch those at the same time.
Tuesday the 12th is also International Be Kind to Lawyers Day. Wednesday, April 13th, National Peach Cobbler Day, National Scrabble Day, Thomas Jefferson Day, and National Make Lunch Count Day.
Make it count for what?
It's a good question. Let's figure it out.
Like, eat it healthy, or go big or go home?
Make Lunch Count Day. Let's not skip lunch. Whether you have a salad, a sandwich, or a smoothie, make sure you get that fuel boost. Whatever it takes. Brunch gets the glamour, but let's be honest, it's not Easter every day. That's where National Make Lunch Count Day comes in. Somewhere between breakfast, currently branded as the day's most important meal, and dinner, the end of the day repast, that's right, we use the word repast, lies the oft-maligned lunch. You know, that thing you're eating at your desk right now, if you're lucky. Sometimes it's 3 p.m. before office workers realize they've missed it. Remember, there's still a whole half day left.
Or
so
make
get
it
that
count.
midday boost of energy.
Or make it count by giving it to the poor kid that might be his second meal of the day.
True. Thursday, April 14th, National Look Up at the Sky Day. National Reach as High as You Can Day, and I believe that's literal, stretch your arms as high as you can. It can be interpreted in numerous ways. However, the message remains the same: to reach as high as you can, whether it is aiming for a higher professional or personal goal, or even to reach for something physically. It is a day to believe in yourself and take a chance that you may have shied away from before. It's also National Pecan Day, National Ex-Spouse Day, National Gardening Day, National Dolphin Day, Maundy Thursday, and International Moment of Laughter Day. We've talked about Maundy Thursday before.
Yes, it'll be Maundy Thursday because it's the Thursday before Easter. That's the Hot Cross Bun Day. It'll be 110 years since the Titanic sank, April 14th, 1912.
Yeah, so yeah.
I was wondering why that was all over my feeds.
The Titanic?
Yeah.
110 years.
That's right. Just to also add a little bit to that, Maundy refers to the foot washing Jesus provided the apostles prior to the Last Supper.
Correct.
It is
Last Supper was Friday night. Good
Yep,
Friday.
it derives the word Maundy derives from the Anglo-French word. No, it comes from an Anglo-French word that is derived from the Latin mandatum, mandate or commandment.
Mhm.
So there you go.
You'll have to remind me on this one, Merlin, because I don't, or maybe switch even. Life of Brian.
What about it?
Mm,
Monty
yeah.
Python's Life of Brian?
Yeah, Brian being the brother of Jesus, or was that a different?
No, he was not the brother of Jesus. He was just born on the same day as Jesus.
Oh, see, for some reason, I'm just like now I'm thinking of like a Saturday Night Live, Freaky Friday with Jesus.
You're probably thinking of Jesus's brother Bob.
Or Buddy
Yes.
Christ.
Jesus' brother Bob, the nobody relative of the Son of God. If only I'd been born just a little sooner, I'd be more than the brother of God Jr.
God, that was so long
Whip
ago.
that out like it was nothing. Oh my god.
I know. Friday, April 15th, National Rubber Eraser Day. Titanic Remembrance Day. Hey, Moo, there you go. Passover, Take a Wild Guess Day, National Anime Day, Garugamesh,
Nani?
National Laundry Day, National Glazed Spiral Ham Day, Good Friday, Jackie Robinson Day, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Pisash?
I don't know.
Celebrated on the 15th day of the Hebrew month of Nisan and taking place from April 15th to April 23rd this year. Pesach is also known as Passover in many parts of the world, and it is a testament to the perseverance and sheer determination in the face of tyranny and injustice of Moses and his followers. While Pesach is a Jewish holiday, does have its fair share of momentous elements, it is also a time for people to celebrate with their own small traditions. Many Jewish people have special cutlery and silverware that only gets taken out and used during the Passover days. Interesting. Finally, Saturday, April 16th. Husband Appreciation Day, National Bean Counter Day, National Eggs Benedict Day, National Librarian Day, National Orchid Day, and Selena Day. Your sneaky peeky at next week's Geeky Weeky, that's going to be starting with Sunday, April 17th.
Which is Easter.
Which is Easter, but that's not your sneaky
No.
peeky, because everybody knows
Is
that.
this wait, it's Sunday the 17th? Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is, because I have the kids from the 13th to the 15th. My days are all messed up because of that.
Sunday, April 17th, your sneaky peeky is International Haiku Poetry Day. A little bit of a tip for you if you're writing a haiku and you can't think of your last bit of the stanza or whatever you want to call it. It's snowing on Mount Fuji.
Haikus are easy, but sometimes they don't make
No.
sense. Refrigerator.
Nope. Very, very hard.
No, that's
I know.
haikus
But it's very, very hard.
are easy,
Snowing.
but sometimes they don't make sense.
When your mind doesn't hear...
Seven.
I understand. But when your mind doesn't hear syllables correctly, it's very hard.
Yeah, that'd be fuck all difficult.
Yes. Like,
Syllables, I'd rather taste swillables like rum.
Hashtag
That's your
not
geeky
sponsored.
weeky.
Hashtag not sponsored. Tito's vodka.
I've never had Tito's, actually.
Mo Guns likes it.
I'm not.
I don't like vodka in general.
It's American, so you know.
I am a remarkably cheap drunk. So I don't. It takes me like 2 drinks, right? 2 drinks and I'm gone. Like it's literally it's not a fun time. And you'd think at some point I would have.
Your 3 sheets.
You'd think at some point I would have developed some sort of tolerance. I
not
haven't.
everybody does.
It's not It's not happening. I have been working through this since 9 o'clock. Like, I'm not.
Hashtag
I'm
not
a
sponsored.
remarkably not
Hashtag not
sponsored.
Hashtag
I am
not
a
sponsored
very.
on any
Blur it
animals
out!
being seen.
I'm
That'll
just.
be fun.
I don't drink very much. I really don't. I want to go back to something that I mentioned in this, and I know that you guys probably think I was being an asshole. I really want to know more about furries.
Okay.
And Merlin
What
is the
about
person
'em?
that I know that is the most furriest. Or
I'm very furry friendly.
Same.
I know very, very little about
Okay.
furries, and it's a
I
subject that
I do
we've
as
kind
well,
of
to be honest.
we've talked about in passing.
Mhm.
But so I'm wondering, when you select a fursona,
Mhm.
what goes into that? How do you?
12 asked me the same question earlier today.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
We're A-type personality. We need parameters.
Yeah. And honestly, it's the way that I view it is, you really can't be assigned a furry. Like I was joking the other day and I said, 12, you're a moose and you're wearing the beer helmet,
You're-
but instead of beer, it's got maple syrup in it. And like that's
I
just
wish you
hilarious
were
to me.
wrong. I wish you were wrong. I was like,
I know,
So
right?
sweet and sticky.
But sometimes you just, I don't know, have a feeling. For instance, all right, spoilers a little bit. Last night when we were talking about personas and stuff like that, I sent a message over to Vixen. And I was like, Vixen, can I convince you to potentially draw me a fursona? And she was like, I can try. I've never done it before, but I
Mhm.
mean, and I was like, okay, well, for whatever reason, I've always been drawn to foxes as, an animal. And not drawn sexually, but just like I really like foxes. And for some reason I especially like the Arctic fox. And I was like,
Okay.
can you do something like that? And she's like, yeah, I could go ahead and do that. If it comes out good though, I am going to draw my own. I'm like, that's fair. She's like, you know how I feel about foxes. I was like, I know. So sometimes you just, kind of feel it, or whatever. You've just seen an animal, and like you said, like, not to say, oh, that's my spirit animal or my Patronus or whatever, but you're just like, if I were an animal, this is
That's what
probably
I'd
what
pick.
I'd be.
So I actually had for a while during college time a lot of furry friends as well. A lot of them described it as just kind of like their internal self, kind of like how we feel who we are as like him, he, she, they. They have inside of them after a while they get like, yeah, I kind of feel that I'm a dragon and this is kind of like what I look like and this is or I'm a
Is
fox.
that still a furry, or if we go into
Yes,
dragons, is that otherkin?
there
Furry is the all-encompassing
yeah.
term, and
Okay.
then from there are,
Like wildkin, otherkin, stuff like that.
Furries
yes,
is the kingdom, and then we go
Okay.
down into the different
phylums.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, or you're a fox that likes to wear heart shape or heart boxers, or I'm calling someone out, and I'm not gonna say their name, but they do.
Yeah.
But there's a whole. It's just you kind of figure out which animal you are, in your mind, then you kind of are that. You kind of feel like that you're that person. I know there's a lot of furries where they just this is who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can go ahead and mix and match too. And sometimes, a
I would.
persona doesn't even necessarily need to be you yourself. Like you can go ahead and just have a persona that's just
Mhm.
cool that you like. You know what I mean?
So I figured it out, by the way, over time. And I do, if I was gonna have a fursona and actually build it, it would
Mhm.
be similar to the bird in the most recent Zelda game that he's
Breath
plays
of
the accordion.
Rivali.
Not Rivali, no, not Rivali.
Oh,
The one with the
oh,
accordion.
oh, God.
Oh, I
Fuck, what's
love
his name?
him. The traveling bard.
Yes,
It starts with a K. I
it'd be
think.
Love that
it'd be
guy.
something similar to him. And I would rather be a bird than
I don't
let's
even
say
know
a
what you guys
furry.
are talking about.
Fuck, what's
Uh,
his name?
I don't remember, but I just know that's when I saw him, I was like, yes, that's my persona, and I would tweak it, of course, to what I would want to be, but that's
And what is this?
exactly
Cass. It's Cass. Kass. Cass.
Yep.
Kass. Yeah, we'll put a
Thank you.
picture of him on stream, or on the
Yeah.
wow, on the YouTube.
He's the minstrel, the Rito minstrel, and he has the accordion. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Because I know I've always liked Falco. Yes, I like Rivali, but he's my favorite.
Rivali's
like,
a bitch.
That's okay.
I
Still
don't like
awesome.
Rivali.
You don't have to like Rivali for me to like him. That's why I like him, because he's such an asshole.
And that's the thing, you know. Like I've just seen all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've seen bunnies, I've seen pups, I've seen snakes, I've seen lions, chimera, tiger sharks that are like literally half tiger, half shark.
Sorry to interrupt, but I apologize, Bunny. I'm not going to be the wolf from Beastars. You can be a bunny. Sorry to burst
no
your bubble. I'm
Lugosi
a
for
bird.
you.
I'm a bird.
I've got the height for that.
Yes, you could do that.
Feel like as much as I don't want to be like going back to, we talked about Robin Hood earlier. I was watching this like as an adult, and I was like, when I was a kid, I always wanted to be Maid Marian, but I was looking at it, I was like, fuck, I think I'm Clucky.
Hey.
I'm pretty sure if I'm anybody in this, I'm Clucky the chicken.
Well, that's the
and
thing.
That makes me so upset that I would be
there's-
the busty, chubby nursemaid.
Well, there's a difference between, you know, seeing yourself in a character and then seeing yourself as a character, if that makes sense. Like let's just go back to Robin Hood. I am Little John 100%.
Yeah, you are.
If I'm not Little John, I'm Friar Tuck, but it's a hard either or.
Oh, yeah.
I like 12's expressions of like, I don't remember which one are they talking about. We're talking about the Disney one where they're all animals.
Oh, I know which movie.
Where the
no
hamster
recollection
song came from.
I'm trying to think back, going like, because now that you guys have started identifying, like, oh, well, I'm this character or that character, now we have to do Switch and me.
Yeah.
Oh. Who would 12 be?
Or me.
12's the sheriff of Nottingham.
That's the first thing I thought too.
With the hair, my brain goes to Prince John, and I don't want him to be the whiny bitch, but he...
Mommy.
And then Switch can go ahead and be the rooster.
That's fine.
Alan Dale?
Listen,
double
it's
barding it on
perfectly
birds.
okay to stand up for yourself when your so-called friends shit on you.
We are not shitting on you.
Not shitting on you.
There's
A
only
good old
so many
Cleveland
characters.
steamer. A good old Cleveland steamer, and we'll put it on.
Hard no. Hard no. Hard no. Hard no. No, thank you.
So yeah. I don't know.
Unless you want to talk about the sexual aspects of furrydom, which I feel like is a whole conversation in and of itself.
I have
Yipping.
never experienced it.
Oh.
I'm not opposed to the idea.
I know they usually don't fuck in the fursuits because those are hella expensive, right?
Oh no,
you're
contraire.
There's sometimes cuddle piles.
The fuck is a nope, hang on, nope, we're not snipping this. The fuck is a cuddle pile, Merlin?
What does it sound like?
It's a yiff pile, an orgy.
No,
Okay.
no.
To be real honest with you.
No.
I know. I just wanted to see her reaction.
I've spent a lot of time in those costumes, right? I did Spot the Dog. I did Lucky the Ladybug. I did the Easter Bunny. I've done You're Making Faces. I've done
those
a squirrel.
are different than fursuits.
Very different.
Those are mascot suits.
Yeah.
Is the
Yes, there's a difference.
Is a fursuit cooled? Because unless
Sometimes.
it's cooled, holy fuck, I would not want to fuck one of those.
Some people have set it up so that they have head, fans or even air conditioning.
I would get in that. By the time I got to the end of this, I would wear literally a leotard and tights, and that's the only thing I would wear under those suits because it was too hot to wear anything else. It didn't matter if it was 50 degrees outside, I was wearing as little clothing as possible inside one of those things. So the thought of having a cuddle pile in one of those is repulsive
So
because I know what I'm like inside of those. I'm just drenched in sweat. It's disgusting.
let me explain a little bit. So Moo, for starters, those outfits were they tailored to your body?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are tailored to the person's body, to their head, to make it so that it does breathe, so they can actually
Okay.
move around and be in them for a long period of time. Oh, and yes,
One of
there
the
are
fir-
people that hold on, I got some stories here.
Does it have a
Good,
fuckhole?
good and bad.
Oh.
Yes, yif suits, which are the sexual version of a furry suit,
Okay.
which have the ability to unzip in the locations to be able to do what you would want to do, like fuck each other, do have that ability. Um, I had bad experiences and good experiences. Nothing personal, but with me, but bad experiences. Lost my second girlfriend to a yiffer, unfortunately. But that was an interesting Ohio con.
I was about to ask if you'd been to the Vancouver convention, just
No.
based
Big
on,
one
but
in
then you're like
Pittsburgh too,
nothing
apparently.
personal.
Mm-hmm. But
There's a big
Texas
Pittsburgh
is a
convention.
mecca for them.
I'll say I would not be surprised if every state probably has some type
something.
Texas.
of convention.
But just because I say I lost my girlfriend to a person with a UFC does not mean it's a bad thing. By the way, it's just my experience. But
Mhm.
no, and they get a very bad rap for things like that, and that is the 1% that
Yeah.
are there.
There's a huge difference between the furry community
Mm-hmm.
and zoophiles.
Yes.
Huh.
Zoophiles, bad. They want full on 100% bestiality.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no. The furry community just wants to dress up like their persona and have fun and be positive and be cool
Yes.
people.
And there is a few
So
bad eggs, but unfortunately those bad eggs make everything else look bad. But there's 99% of the people, they're great people. I've hung out with
I watched
the whole group.
so many furry VTubers.
Yeah.
I would be concerned because, again, I feel like people, having spent a lot of time in mascot costumes, people feel like they can say and do whatever they want to you when you are in those costumes. I'm still, again, not tiny, but was much bigger before. And I had somebody come up to me, give me a hug and go, "Hey, so how big are the squirrel's tits?" I had people, and I was at a professional function. Like, this was
Yeah.
not, I was at a professional function for it was a group of RAs. Like, we were at a professional development day. People would come up and yank on my tail, not realizing the tail's not connected to the suit. The tail comes inside the suit and is buckled around my waist. So when you yank on the tail, it would just pull like like ovary level, and I was just getting
Right.
yanked on.
And
It was awful.
So
that's definitely a hazard for, so to speak, the uninitiated that have not done any even rudimentary research. Is, they just think, oh hey, tail, yoink, and stuff like that. And that's a huge social faux pas. And you also don't, boop the snoot without consent, because some people don't realize where the snoot is on a fur mask. You know what I mean? Some people think, oh, I'm just boop the snoot. And no, you get fucking smacked in
You're
the
jacking
eyeballs.
somebody in the face, because most of those suits, they come in and they have something that goes over the bridge of your nose to keep
Mhm.
it. So when you boop the snoot, it gets pushed into the person's face. It
Exactly.
sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it absolutely sucks. The squirrel mask that we used, unless I had somebody follow me with a bottle of water and like we would tape like 6 straws together so I could get it through the mouth, I couldn't drink, I couldn't eat, I could not do anything. And unless I had a chaperone with me, I was fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, the way I see it, like, fursuiting is in a matter of speaking just another form of cosplay.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, so did I mention when the old set of headphones died? Because there's a connection here. Yes, no? Did I?
What?
Oh.
No.
Well, so interestingly, the landlord, or the landlady as it were,
Mhm.
and her adult son are two different type of furries.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's just a regular, like, I like to wear a fursuit, and she's like, hey, put the mascot head on me, and let's get weird, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The
Can I
mask
ask a
stays
question?
on during.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question that may be different for
Sure.
everybody?
Sure.
Are you attracted to the suit? Or are you and I'm using you, general you. Are you attracted to the suit, or you are attracted to the person in the suit? Because I'm assuming you wouldn't necessarily know the person in the suit. You would know some aspect of their personality based on the creature that they have chosen, obviously.
I
It
would
depends.
say attraction may be the wrong word for it. Like, I can appreciate
Do you want
a
to
lot
fuck
of
the suit?
fursuits.
We're talking about attractions
Usually
as
no.
in sexual
Personally,
attraction.
for me, I do not find myself sexually attracted to suits. I can appreciate suits. I can think they look adorable or well made or well crafted and everything like that.
And
They could even look sexy. But
I don't mean to call you out on this, Merlin, but at what point then, where does the difference become? Because, like, you like tails.
I do like tails.
So at what point are you attracted to the tail, or are you attracted to the person with the tail?
Personally, I'd say I'm definitely attracted to the person more than anything.
Okay.
Like, because anybody can go ahead and pop in the tail, and I'd be like, "Oh, hey, you've got a butt plug tail. Good for you," you know. But if it's somebody that I already know and have some sort of relationship with, because as we've discussed, I'm probably in some way, shape, or form demisexual. It's like, oh, hey, would you like to put in the tail?
For my answer, it's a little bit of both because there's some newer versions of fursuits. There's some sexuality to some of them now. On
Okay.
how they're created. Some accentuate for a female's fursuiter. Some of them accentuate their breasts. Some accentuate certain curves on the legs, and depending on how they actually set up their character. I would still want to know the person under the suit, but
Yeah.
it'd be really interesting to fuck them in the suit too.
That one was a weird one for me to have to grapple with. Am I attracted to the person in the suit, and the suit somehow adds to it, or right? Because I'm not.
It's more. It's just like clothing.
As
for me.
you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, that's just what you were saying is the new suit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, some of them I'm just like, I guess I'm a furry. Which I blame Sally Acorn.
I just blame Disney in general.
And Bunny Rabbit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it all depends on just I still want to know the person. But it's like clothes. There are certain clothes that I still want to keep on a person because they look fucking sexy in them, even they're getting fucked in them. So.
Hey. Thank you guys for being open and honest with me about that, because it's a subject that I really do know very little about. I haven't done a ton of research into, maybe because I've spent so much time in mascot costumes and I have trouble separating that in my brain. So I appreciate your guys' your open and honest communication in regards to furries. Thank you.
Well, I reckon that's a good place to end on a positive note. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you all for listening, and for those of you that may be watching on our YouTube channel.
We're all here this week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Merlin, you're
That's
gonna have to
right.
watch all our shenanigans while you were, doing your geeky wiki.
I
The
probably
next
won't.
person that says shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'm going to pistol whip the next
Silly
person.
shenanigans.
Hey, Slava, what's that place you like to eat at with all the crazy shit on the wall?
Oh,
You want
shenanigans?
Oh.
I love you guys.
But thank you all so much for listening and watching to the Nerdgasm podcast, the podcast where we do indeed talk about things that are nerdy and things that are naughty. You can go ahead and find us a couple of different places. First and foremost, you can go ahead and check out our link tree, which
Mhm.
is
Thank you to Switch for setting that up.
linktree.com/nerdgasm.
Yes,
That sounds correct.
that is
And
correct.
It'll
it's
be in the bio.
N3RDGA5M.
Yes, it is. Made sure of that.
Links in the bio. Hooray.
Linktree.com/nerdgasm, and that'll go ahead and take you to a wonderful portal where you can find all of us. For instance, you can find my link to my Twitch, my Twitter, and my YouTube, and so on and so forth. Because I have been Merlin Sensei.
Mm-hmm. And I have been Switch Rigs. It's a bit weird not be plugging all my names in here. That's Switch Rigs with the.
Well, gee.
And you can find us again with all that Linktree stuff. I can't wait to see you guys pushing that button because I can watch and get analytics.
We love analytics.
That's right.
I've
We're
been
all
the
about
12
analytics here.
Cake. I've been the 12-sided guy. You can find me online at the 12-sided guy. .online. I don't know why that's stalled.
Is it the 12-sided guy.online or just
No.
12-sided guy online?
It is.
See?
It is 12-sided guy. Yeah, I know. Listen,
We confused him.
listen, Himbo. I am not here to think.
Just here to look pretty, huh?
Yes.
They have been Merlin Sensei, Switch Rigs, and 12-Sided Guy. I have been the Moopacabra. You can find me through the link tree as well. Collectively, you can find the four of us on Twitter at Nerdgasm Inc. That's N3RDGA5MINC. That's in the link tree as well, but in case you just want to go straight shot there, we would love to hear from you. What kind of content do you want to see? Do you know more about furries than I do? Tell me about furries. Tell me something that I don't know. Color me a picture. It's almost Easter. I would love to see some Easter bunnies fighting zombie Jesus. Give me something,
it's
please.
full moon this year, so it's werewolf zombie Jesus.
Werewolf zombie Jesus, guys. 12 is fucked. 12 gets really horny on full moons, and I think it's hilarious. And so that'll be Easter this year. Congratulations, resurrection of Christ.
Yep.
Here we go.
Let's
do it.
I'm gonna have to contact an ex.
So once again, as always, dear listeners and dear viewers, please try and remember to be excellent to each other.
Enjoy yourselves and love yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Give yourselves grace. Remember to drink your water. And I hate that I'm saying that, but I have not been remembering lately, and I should. So do something kind to yourself and hydrate.
Mm-hmm.
Your purpose in life is to choose things that make you shiny and keep on choosing them.
Semen and fucking in the pooper. Stay naughty. Littering and, sir. Come on.
Littering and. Littering and.
Bye for now.
Friends.
Bye.